What's going on, guys? Tuesday night happy hour. We got Lance and Jake from the Wanderers in the house. It's going to be a good stream tonight. We got some good stuff to talk about. A little bit of dig stock mini stuff going on. Some excitement for 2021. The dreaded 2020s finally over. We got some good stuff going on tonight.
Done with.
I'm excited to be in here tonight.
Yeah,
I'm excited to be here.
It's been a couple weeks, I think, since me and Chandler did the last one, and this is going to be fun. If you're in here already, you got something to talk about, definitely throw it up in the comments. We'll make work of that, as it comes out. So, yeah, I don't know if you guys want to talk about hey, I seen Detect Michigan was looking to get some stuff together for a spring hunt, which would be pretty cool. Definitely excited about that.
Yeah. Spring hunt. There's going to be a few spring activities, it sounds like.
I'm hoping so. We haven't had anything seated in a while. Casey, great guy, runner of the Detect Michigan page. He had everyone over at his house this summer. That was awesome. It was a good time out there. Met a lot of cool people out there. Wish you guys would have been able to tag along for that one. But if he's going to do another one of those, we get the Michigan metal detecting seated hunt and the Detect Michigan seated hunt, maybe a Wanderers seated hunt. Maybe.
We've talked about it.
Yeah, High Tone Hunters. I don't know if it'll be a seated thing or if it'll be just get together, kind of a picnic and hang out and tear up a park and have some fun.
We got a good spot in mind. So we're pretty good size and detecting is allowed. So we got an idea. So see, Pennsylvania Relic Hunters is wondering who's going out this weekend. It's getting pretty hairy up in Michigan, so especially northern Michigan as far as detecting goes. We'd love to get out. The ground's getting pretty frozen, so
I can't even go down here.
I think I don't know. I'm thinking we get some good wooded areas. I could probably get out a time or two, but
no, I'm supposed to go ice fishing up by you guys tomorrow.
What was that, Jake?
Have you stuck a shovel in the ground or tried?
Not in the last week.
Yeah, me either.
I did get a new shovel for Christmas. I have it all the way back there. Otherwise, I'd grab it. You might be able to see it sitting on the white door frame there. That's the Predator Piranha, brand new, American made.
Isn't that what you got, Jake?
Yeah.
Oh, yep, that's how I knew it was going to be a good shovel.
Yeah, it can put some marks and some coins, that's for sure.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the Raven's good at doing that, too, especially the big ones. Scrapes the hell out of them.
Yep.
Still sharp. Used it for years.
I mean, if you say it's so good at that, Jake, maybe we'll just call you Brad from the Hoover Boys. I can put that as your name.
No.
We call you. No, you don't want to be. You don't want to be Brad from the Hoover Boys.
I'm not the only one that hits coins, so
that's all right. I smack them all the time, dude.
Shane digging Juggernaut. I don't know if the hemp farm would be a good spot. I mean, it would. It's big, but I don't know how many people you want there. That's the spot where I found that last Walker half and that silver quarter last week's video.
Yeah, so. All you do is find silver. I know. The Ranger's the way to go. I mean, I've never tried the Ranger or the Piranha, I guess. I'd have to talk to these guys more about that.
I don't know. I got the Raven.
Yeah.
So that one's good. I mean, I've had good luck with it. I guess I haven't used too many other ones. I've used Gary Boblix, he's got what does he have? He's got the big heavy duty ones, you know, they make them in all different colors.
Grave digger.
Yeah, he's got a grave digger. We definitely chopped down some trees with it, so I know it's sturdy. It almost seems a little heavier than the Predator tool stuff, which is what it is, but sometimes dragging those around,
Yeah.
you drag them around for a long time, it could get heavy. It's definitely sturdier than the, Predator tool stuff, but I've never had a problem with mine. I've chopped trees down, dug through freaking stone driveways. Haven't even bent it, so.
Hey, Lance.
Yo.
1 second. Chandler, it's funny that you said that because I hit coins that I get to be Brad. He's actually in the chat.
What? No way. Is he really?
Yep. You've already talked to him about the gold coin thing.
Oh, yeah, I see it now.
I wonder.
So that's pretty cool. Thanks for stopping in, Brad. Welcome to our little thing here.
I wonder about that urban treasure hunter saying that the D handle sounds like is the way to go, but I've only used the D handle a couple times, but I don't know if that's like the way to go or what. So,
I mean, I got a T handle on both mine.
I plan on hopefully getting a Ranger D handle. Hopefully for springtime. That's the original one that I wanted. And then didn't go that route. So
how come?
I got my Piranha for a gift. So that's why.
Yeah, I pretty much picked it out for him.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. So Brad says that Leo runs the T handle, and I never would have guessed that because you never see him. So it happens.
Really? Yeah, that's true. I don't know why I wasn't subscribed to him on YouTube. I just quick looked him up and it said subscribe. I was like, really? Apparently I'm dumb. Slacking on the subs.
Urban treasure hunting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he doesn't do a whole lot of that stuff, but it's cool when he does.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Different stuff.
Absolutely.
So what do you guys think? Hey Chandler, you ever figure out where you got, like, what city you were staying in for the Big Stock Mini?
No, but I was actually talking with Chris about that today. I stopped in to get my gun registered, and he works for the county sheriff's in the municipal building, and we were talking about it. We were thinking that if we're going to have like us 8 guys going, plus you guys, did you say Trevor was going too, or no?
Trevor's going.
Yep.
Trevor's going. Okay, so we were thinking we might just kind of like, I don't know what the word is, maybe cancel our Airbnb, and then I don't know if you guys booked one already, but we might be able to do like okay, you guys did already. I was gonna say we might be able to do like a 5 and 5 or a 5 and 6 kind of thing.
Ours looks pretty good. I mean, I don't know. I feel like it'd be hard to find a huge one that could fit us all, though.
Well, we were just gonna split it up. We can still hang out at like each other's or whatever. It's just sleeping, really, that we just need the separate spaces for.
I can't believe we're going to be very far from each other. We're only like 20 minutes from the place.
Right.
So.
Right.
Well, yeah, from Greenville. I don't know where exactly the spot is outside of Greenville, but we can't be that far. We might be closer to it than that. I don't know exactly where it is.
Let's see here.
They haven't put the actual location of it. They just say Greenville.
Yeah. They did say a couple days beforehand they are going to release a map so that we can kind of study it, and go from there.
Yeah, I know. I'm super excited. I can't believe it's really close, and I don't even know. We'll probably be detecting by then, but
I hope so. Digging Juggernaut, he wants to buy a new machine. We need to convince him.
I mean, I
I
don't
say
know.
go for it.
What does he got now? Does he use AT Pro?
AT Max. AT Max.
AT Max?
Yep.
That's not a bad machine. That Garrett AT line, you can do some pretty good stuff with that.
I mean,
Not
there's
the
only a
best.
few answers, obviously. I mean, it's either Equinox 800. I mean, obviously, I definitely, hype for the Deus. So, I mean, you'll never go wrong there. Obviously, I think you can get a nice price too. You can get a really good price on a full Deus setup right now. I don't know how long it'll be till they come out with something new, but I know for sure that's going to be a good machine for a long time. So
That's
might be a little
probably
harder
one
to
of the
use
hardest
than
things.
Equinox, but I mean, for all around Equinox 100%, I like the fact that only thing, if you got one that can go in the water already, that's the only thing the Deus is you're going to lose out on the Deus. If you're doing even like 20% water hunting, I'd go with the Equinox every time. So,
Yeah, I would too.
and I know Digging Juggernaut lives around here. I'm sure he does a little bit of beach detecting, so that's something to think about. Or you keep the Max, Deus is definitely good. It's got me a lot of coins through the years. I don't know. I mean, there's Amphibio Multi. I don't know. That's a nice machine as far as ergonomics, though. Equinox is so light, so ergonomics isn't a big thing. But if you're going to detect a lot, if you've ever swung a Deus for even a half an hour, I guarantee you're going to say that's the most ergonomic machine you can probably put your hands on.
Max and Nox. I like the way that the AT Pro sounds in the iron as well, especially if you get a small coil on that thing. I can pick more buttons out of an iron patch than there are buttons in an iron patch. I mean, back when I was at that field, when you guys first came down, I re-hit that iron patch. I pulled 4 or 5 more Indians out of there with that small coil on there.
Oh, the first time we came down that place?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I was going to say that had to be loaded with Indians.
Dude, there's still Indians in there.
Oh, 100%. There's no way you can find.
There's got to be.
I don't know how many we got that day, like 7 or 8. I don't even remember, but
you got 7 or 8. I think we all got like 4 or 5.
Right, that's what I'm saying, though. We pulled that. I mean, as far as field permissions, I realized we didn't get like a lot of silver or anything, but definitely a lot of coins came out of there in a reasonable amount of time. So there's more there.
Oh, absolutely. I'm gonna quick mute my mic a minute. You guys carry on for a sec.
I wonder about, I know a lot of people that find a lot. Yeah, the XP Deus is French made. Yeah, it's a good detector to answer Ryan's question there. I like them. Like I said, the ergonomics is. I don't think I've ever held on to a metal detector. I'd say ergonomically correct would be better than the Deus. I've swung around a 30-30, right. Swung AT Pros. I mean, I know the Maxes are the same as far as what they're based on, but I've even tried the Amphibio Multi. It's pretty nice too. It reminds me really similar as far as Equinox, as far as the weight, how it feels and how it looks. Yeah. The Equinox though, I'm definitely saying though that as far as the tones, I love the tones. It's real pleasant to listen to. I've gotten used to the Deus tones and I don't mind them, but for real pleasantness, the Equinox is really is great money spent on a detector.
Yeah. So the only downfall is the automatic upgrade of wanting to do the carbon fiber shaft right away to make it adjustable with that cam lock and just to be able to just changes how it's balanced on it, how it lightens it up. That helps.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, there's too many people I know with like the AT Pro though. I mean, I've seen thousands of YouTube videos, people pulling silver relics, everything out with AT Pros, AT Maxes. You know, there's no, you know, it might not be the best as far as technology, but something works with it, whether it's the people that know the machines, which is most likely what it is.
Yeah.
If you know the machine, you're going to find most of the stuff. But
I think a big thing too is, you know, kind of mobility, and how much you can swing today. Like, I mean, Lance, we talked about this before, swinging that AT Pro with that big coil. That's heavy. That Amphibio multi with a big coil on it gets heavy. Whereas, you know, the Equinox and the Deus for sure are lighter detectors where you can put a pretty good size coil on them and just kind of run and gun, you know.
Yeah.
So I quick sent a message to Peter Sorel, who is one of the organizers of Dig Stock Mini, and he says in a couple minutes he will make an appearance on the stream, talk to us about Dig Stock Mini and everything. If that's
Who will?
One of the organizers of
Peter Sorel.
Yeah, Dig Stock Mini.
Yeah, we love. I mean, it's going to be crazy. I mean, I'm like losing sleep 3 months in advance over this. Like,
dude, so am I.
You know, I just won this Vanquish 540. I mean, I'm definitely going to take that. I mean, why not?
We're going to have that. We're going to have a 600 and 800. We're going to have a Deus, another 800 with Trevor's. There's going to be a lot of machines just in our group that goes down.
Case.
We're going
to
find something
just in case.
All right, you guys ready to have Peter come on in?
Yeah, bring him in.
Hey, fellas.
Hey, what's going on, man?
What's up, man?
Not much. Sorry. Let me see. Maybe this is better. Oh, now I'm upside down. Give me a second.
There we go.
You're good for us.
How you guys doing?
Oh, we're just hyping up Dig Stock Mini. It's going to be crazy fun, and
that's awesome. We're just actually, while you were talking to me, I was just getting the list together. I'm revamping the list. We're selling tickets like crazy. So I think we're just around 100 left right now. So it's going to be good. It's going to be good.
I gotta believe it when it gets closer to it. They're gonna sell out. I gotta believe it. I've been talking to guys today on my way home from work saying, show me that link for that. Let me. I'm like, hey, yeah.
Yeah, we're expecting. Like I said, we capped it off at 275, so we know there's going to be at least that many there. We know a couple of folks are bringing their kids, so there are going to be a couple of kids out there detecting. We did 12 or under, we're free. So somebody wanted to bring their kids with them or do a family outing. We were okay with that. And then it's going good. It's going pretty good. We've got another podcast on Thursday. We're talking to Loy Millam and Jake King, or Mr. King, Ken King from Relics Radio. So we're going to be on there. And
sweet.
Yeah, and that's Thursday night at 8 p.m. And then I think before the event, we're going to be on the show with American Digger, Butch Holcomb, and that crew. We're going to be on with those guys because they're one of our sponsors too. So we're going to be all over the place.
That's good. You guys got a busy schedule, man.
We do. We certainly do. It's nonstop. A lot of people don't know all the stuff that goes into these things, but a lot of it is just kind of making your rounds and talking to folks and getting to meet you guys and that stuff like that really just kind of brings it all together. That's why we do it for you guys.
Oh yeah, we've been trying to. We got a lot, here in Michigan, a couple of seeded hunts and stuff we're going to, some kind of free range hunts. But man, it's really nice to get out of, Michigan. There's good history here too, but nothing better than North Carolina history.
It's a little hard to get Colonial out there in Michigan, huh?
A little bit.
Yeah, I mean,
A little bit.
obviously the Detroit area, Northern Ohio is great for, that age
1800s. Yeah. And it's
still
kind of the
fine.
same way here. We're see where I live in upstate New York. We've got, we're right on the border of Canada. So we have 1700 stuff, but it's very, very few. You got to hit the exact right spot and mostly it's luck more than anything. So it's going to be a good time in North Carolina. I know that we've had some really good, we had a really good test dig. So whenever we go to a new place looking for a spot to hold a hunt, we do a test dig. We don't actually take anything with us, but we go and we try to do as big of a wide scan of the property as we can and just kind of dig any target that dings, see what it is, drop it right back in the ground. And I can tell you we had some pretty awesome targets. So I know there's going to be a lot of happy people out there.
Well,
I'm excited.
That's the beauty of it. I mean, if I went there, found, a couple buckles, I mean, realistically, I'd be happy. Half the fun's the trip. We're coming from northern Michigan. Like the west side of northern Michigan. So I mean, and we're driving down there, so it's going to be. There's going to be 8 of us in Chandler's group, and then 3 of us in the Wanderers are coming down. And
awesome! I can't wait, man. I'm so psyched. I'm so psyched to have everybody down here. We've got, I've got a home club here in New York State, and we've got like 4 or 5 guys coming from our club. We've got 28 states represented right now, and I actually think it's more than that. I think we're up to 30 now. We just before I got on with you, had 2 more tickets sold, so it's shaping up to be really good. We're just kind of putting the final touches on everything we need to do. I've been starting to touch base with our volunteers and stuff to make sure that we've got everything we need and they're ready. And our sponsors, XP, Nocta Macro, seeing what they're bringing to the event as far as like prizes and all that stuff. So, I mean, there's just a lot of stuff that goes into it. This hunt is going to be, definitely different than our big dig stock in fall. It's a little less involved. It's more about the digging and, meeting everybody. And then the big one in the fall is it's like a dig-a-palooza. It's crazy. I can tell you that we're probably going to get close to 1,000 people. Everybody's itching to get out. We've got well over 1,000 acres. We said 1,000 acres online, but I'm already lining up way more than that. So that one's going to be huge. But what we do with the big one is we have a 40-foot by 140-foot big top tent. We've got vendors, we've got all the manufacturers there, all kinds of special guests and that type of thing. And so that one's going to be good too. But this mini is really going to kick things off, and I think people are really going to enjoy it.
Yeah, I don't know if anybody, even in the chat's been to a big event like that. I've been to the Charles Garrett Memorial Hunt before. Mm-hmm. Not quite as big as dig stock, but I tell you what, if you've never been to one of those and you just want to jump in, either of those dig stocks are going to be fun.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun. I've met people from Arkansas that are, when I went down to Texas for the Charles Garrett one, and I still know them. I talk to them every day to this day, and this was years ago. So a lot of cool people you'll meet there. I met a lot of the famous YouTubers there, and I'm sure it'll be the same way with dig stock. Dig stock mini will be the same, I'm sure.
Yeah, we got a lot of guys coming from all over the place, and we have special guests. A lot of them we just invite, and if they want to come, they come. If they don't, they don't. That's up to them. Some of the manufacturers bring their own folks, like XP brought Gary Blackwell from the UK last year. He's going to be at our fall one as long as COVID's kind of figured itself out by then. He'll be at our big fall event in New York. And I know that most of the people that we have come, a lot of people have YouTubes and stuff like that. You guys, and that's great. It's, it's nice to meet. And honestly, when I first came up with this idea for this thing, it was based off this event I'd been to in England called Detectival. So we kind of wanted to bring together something like that here in the United States. So that was basically our inspiration. And, we wanted to make it available to just about anybody. So that's why the Dig Stock Mini, we kind of catered it more to the really hardcore digger. so it's a little bit more expensive, but we get you on a really, really good property. We offer a couple little things that you don't get anywhere else. And then the big dig stock is basically for anybody from newbies to somebody that's been hunting for 30 years, 40 years, and we just basically, that's a free for all. And we just have all kinds of things to bring the public in to see what we do. It's just two kind of different events, but they're both based on the same, basically philosophy. We want this to be for everybody. So we don't exclude anybody. We don't say you have to have a top of the line machine to be here. There'll be other folks here to help you out. And that's why we bring in like the manufacturers and stuff. So, we're going to have people there selling stuff. It's going to be great. It's just both events. Doesn't matter which one you go to. They're both going to be great.
Oh yeah. I've been hyping it up ever since I heard about it. I was like a little kid in a candy store when I first heard about the dig stock that I had tickets to last year that got canceled. But I was like, it'll be going down again, and it's
we were lucky. A lot of folks decided to roll over their tickets by, I think by the time we had canceled it, we had 275 people sign up for it. And I think of those 275, I think only 30 people, wanted to refund. And everybody else is like, come on, I've already spent the money, roll it over. We'll see. We'll try and make it next year. So, and that's, we're happy to do that. It sucks that we had to cancel it, but it is what it is. We're just going to go out there this year and hope for the best. But COVID or no COVID, everybody's going to have a good time at this one in North Carolina. We're making the preparations to make sure we're as safe as we can be, under the circumstances. We know a lot of people are traveling, and, just take your time, don't rush down here, but, take your time, be safe on the way down as well. And like I said, we're just going to do the best we can with what we got, but we're really looking forward to it. March is coming on quick.
Oh yeah.
I can't wait for March to get here. I don't know about you guys, but.
Oh yeah, no, I've already got the days lined off, blacked out on the calendar at work, and I'm definitely not going to be here, and I might stay a little later. So
nothing wrong with that.
We talked about it in our group chat. I think I found it and I sent it to all the guys. I was like, listen, guys, we got to go. We're not going to have an opportunity like this again, especially from being up here in Michigan. And I think within 4 or 5 hours of me putting that in our little group chat, I think we all had made the decision that we were going.
Everybody wanted to go.
Yep.
Yeah. And that's great.
Yep.
And we've got a lot of groups like that are just, 3, 4, 5 guys that are all coming from the same place. We got a group out of Kentucky. We got you guys from Michigan. We got a group coming from, we got a bunch of people coming from Georgia, Florida. Oh my God, you just name it. Almost every state on the East Coast, we've got somebody from. We've got somebody as far away as California. We've got a big group coming from Washington State. So it's going to be good. I mean, a lot of these folks I've met in person, and some of them I've never met before. But that's what I love about these things, is meeting all the new folks. So I hope by the end of the event, you guys know me pretty well. Know what we're about, and hopefully, you'll be excited to get to another dig stock. So this is our first event. We're doing we're just trying to really do it up, for our events. And, it's not my first event, but it's our first official dig stock event. So we're really hoping to pull out all the stops.
I'm excited for you, Pete. I've seen, I've watched a lot of your other, on, whether it was a live stream or whatever, I've seen you on talking about it. And I was like, man, I'm excited for him. He's got a good plan. People that detect, they love to detect, Yeah. I think it's great price. What a great vacation to take to go to metal detecting. There's nothing better than that,
Yeah, so, we've already started looking for spots for next year. So we think we're going to do a big dig stock every other year, because properties like the one we've got in New York are just few and far between, where you've got enough space for everybody, and the farmers are good enough to let you do basically anything you want. We've got a great farmer up in New York. He's awesome. He literally is like, what do you need? And we'll help you do it, and so that's our problem going forward. In England, there's history everywhere. It's an island, so they couldn't go anywhere. So, you can be on 1,000 acre property. You could probably hunt it for 2 or 3 years and never get everything. But here in the United States, we just don't have the amount of people, crammed into one little place for as long. So, We're just really taking our time to find a really good quality spots for the next ones. So every 2 years, we're going to have a big dig stock, but we're going to definitely have dig stock mini every year. And we've got some other ideas coming down the pike here. So hopefully COVID makes its way out of town and we can all get over that baloney, and we can look forward to the future for sure.
Yeah, that's what I'm excited for. I hate when anything will bring down a detecting year for any reason. So, it's nice to think that it's a pastime that we're not all in it together, so right next to each other. So
I think he might have dipped out because I don't have him in here anymore.
All right, well.
So if he's still on here, Pete, thank you so much. Otherwise, I'll shoot him a message after this, thanking him. That dude has me excited. I don't know what it is, but he's always back now. He's back.
Sorry about that, guys. I just accidentally clicked out. I looked at this chat and I jumped out of it.
Yeah, no problem.
You're good. So a couple people in the chat want to know, what's the soil like down there? What's something, what can you expect?
So it's pretty neutral. I actually dug in North Carolina for the first time probably 2 years ago now, with my partner Matt, and it's kind of neutral. It's sandy in most areas. Like they usually put like a cover crop on some of the places because it's so sandy. There's not like a lot of iron or anything, so it doesn't really matter what machine you got. I think you're going to do just fine. Matt's got an ORX. He's got a XP, or he's got a Nocta. I think he's got a Simplex, and I think he's got a Amphibio Multi. And I've got an XP Deus, and I've had no issues. Where we are is not like Virginia with that really, really hard, tough soil. It's not the red clay or anything like that. So it's pretty good. I don't think anybody's going to have an issue with any machine they bring. Doesn't matter from a Garrett AT Pro all the way up to whatever, a CTX 3030. I think everybody's going to be just fine. It's good conditions. So you should be able to. It should be easy digging. March is usually pretty warm by that point, 50s, 60s. And we might have rain, we might have snow. It depends. I know the last time I went down there, Matt, I brought snow along with me. I'm driving on the roads at 55 miles an hour in the snow. People are crawling at 12 miles an hour. and I'm like, what are these people doing? But I grew, I'm from New York, so snow doesn't bother me. I just keep going the way I do. But weather-wise,
yep.
We're hoping it's going to be decent. But the soil is good. Soil's good.
Well, we'll take anything coming from Michigan in March to, anywhere south of there has got to be a little bit better. So
we've got 7 inches of snow on the ground, and it's hard as a rock. I got to go into the woods if I want to even try and dig anything.
Yeah, I think you're sitting about where we're sitting then.
Yep.
It's ice-covered lakes and snow everywhere. So
that's right. So does anybody else got any questions? I'm happy to answer anything. I'm pretty much an open book when it comes to stuff like this.
Well, I see Pennsylvania Relic Hunters was saying, what about the Civil War movement in the area where the hunt is? I know it talks about it online a little bit, but I don't know if you had any insight on that, Pete.
So we're kind of along the Tar River in North Carolina, which is a very historic river. And so even as far back as colonial times, there was a lot of movement right along that river, up and down it, boats, troops, everything. So during the Civil War, they were troops moving right along the property that we have, and I'm sure they came across it. A couple of back in those days, they're usually just 1 or 2 big landowners, and they own thousands and thousands of acres. And so what troops would do is on their movements through, they would usually stop at these points for food, replenishment, or whatever, and kind of camp around the plantation houses. And we've got 2 of those that we know of on the spot. So there's a good chance that on the property itself, there was definitely, we know from our test dig, there were a couple of drop bullets found. So, and that was just randomly wandering 2,200 acres over a day. So and my buddy Matt thinks he's confident there's some really good Civil War. He thinks there's a really good Civil War site on the property, but we can't 100% confirm that. Honestly, with 275 people, we hope we can, but that doesn't mean we're going to get on it. So honestly, and everybody thinks that we're going to give everybody a map once the time comes. Everybody's going to get a map. It's going to have a list of everything that's on the site. But I would tell you one of these things that I like to do. I'm a wanderer. So if everybody's congregating to a spot, I'm going to be like, all right, so they're going to take up that whole area. I'm just going to take off and I'm just going to wander. That's what I am. I do it. That's just what. So then I look for the high spots, and then I look for, is this a good, so, where's the water? How far am I away from the water? Is there, some weird pottery on the ground? Is there brick? I just kind of start moving away from those sites and start looking for those things that aren't necessarily on a map. And we do know there are a couple of spots that we may or may not put on the map, but somebody will definitely stumble upon them because we don't have any records of them. We think there's a couple of late 1600s homes on the site as well.
Wow.
But we're not 100% confident. All we know is when they were walking the fields, they saw some dark green glass and pottery and stuff that doesn't show any maps from our maps from back to the 1700s. So, there's a good possibility something that old is there. It's just a matter of getting on it.
Hey, that's good enough for me then. I mean, that's all you could ever expect. So
that's music to our ears from Michigan. I mean, my maps go is 1876. I know some of the ones down by Ohio go back to the 1850s, maybe 1840s, but I mean,
yeah, we've got maps, and so back then they didn't really. It's funny because like if you go and try and find maps from North Carolina from the 1700s, they would only put like the biggest landowners. They didn't put sharecropper, or anything like that. It was just like, here's the plantation house, here's a plantation house, and they were like,
4,000 acres. That's him.
Right. Yeah, they were 5 or 10 miles away from each other. Nobody was like right next door. So it's but there were definitely people in the area for 300 plus years, and then before that, we do know there's a Native American site on the property, and we were seeing shards and arrowheads and stuff right on the surface. So it's going to be. It doesn't matter what kind of hunting you do. You're just gonna That's why we kind of like let it open to everything. So magnet fishing, arrowhead hunting, bottle digging. We want anybody that basically has an interest in history. There's going to be something for them to do. If you're not having luck metal detecting, find yourself a privy, dig the damn thing out. Man, you're going to get some crazy stuff out of there. That's for sure.
I've seen some real diehards doing bottle digging, down in Texas where we were for Charles Garrett, and man, they found some cool stuff bottle digging. So I mean,
they do.
That's that's a whole other thing for me because I don't really have huge knowledge. I'm good at identifying some bottles, what they're used for, but as far as knowing about them, that's maybe another lifetime for me to know that as well as some people. But
that's kind of why we, and so that's why our events, Dig Stock events, is kind of does something that's a little bit different. Like there's a lot of digging events. You could go to 20 digging events a year if you wanted to. Some are seeded, some are plant, some are natural, some are both. But a lot of we were kind of like trying to find something that was different than everybody else. And so Matt, my partner, he loves bottles. He loves fossil hunting. We both have magnets. So we do magnet fishing on the side sometimes when we're out on vacation or something, just tossing them over the bridges and stuff. We've got a couple of historic battlefields. You throw them around in the area and see what you come up with. It's just we wanted, and so when we were coming up with this idea, we're like, man, it would be awesome if we could do an event where you could do all of these things, where somebody could enjoy every one of these things. So that was our biggest, that was one of our things that we really wanted to do, is to make us different, stand out from everybody else. So last year when I was part of the Pound the Ground event in New York, we had a couple of bottle diggers, but the farmer's like, whoa, what's going on here? But once they filled in the holes, and whatever. And when I talked to the farmer this year about what I'd like to do, he's like, you know what? He's like, it scared me last year. He's like, because I didn't know what the hell they were doing, but once we got him on board with it, he's like, have at it, go for it. It's going to be a great time. I know a lot of cool stuff came up at the Pound the Ground event in New York. So I know a lot more cool stuff's going to come up at the two that we got this year.
Yeah, you got anything any questions for Pete? I know I got plenty, so if you got anything, Jake or Chandler, you want to talk about, but I'm sure I can go on for days about dig stock and XP everything. So I did.
Yeah, I'm just ready. I'm ready to go. Pack up the truck and head down.
Yeah, we're like I said, we're just making last minute preparations now. Matt's like, we got to get the porta potties, we got to get a count on everybody that's getting some food. But like I said, we weren't, when COVID first hit and we started this, we're like, man, March might be too early, but we're really, we're feeling optimistic. Well, you got to be a lot full of optimism to try and get through this stuff. And 2020 was a crappy year, for everybody. I'll tell you what, though. I got a lot of digging in, and I got some great, I'd probably say some of my best finds are on, give me 1 second here. I just got to come back over here. My phone is being weird. So anyways, yeah, I made some great finds in 2020. So I don't know about you guys, but, it was a crappy year for most things, but it was a pretty decent year for digging.
I got good stuff.
Yeah.
I found a gold coin this year, a British sovereign gold coin here in
That's
Michigan.
awesome. That's awesome.
First seeded, couple largies, 3 flying eagles. For West Michigan, I'll take it. Absolutely, 100%.
Yeah, you just never know what and like I said, we, a couple of buddies of mine, we, the whole social distancing thing, it's kind of easy when you're metal detecting. It's not that hard. We usually show up in 2 vehicles and then just have at it, just get out there and go. So, and that's the best thing about it. You can still show your buddies and not be, kissing. But we had a great year. Where I am, we've got a lot of War of 1812 stuff. I just killed it this year. An item that I've been waiting for 5 years. I've been looking for. I found 2 of them this year. The 1808 shoulder belt plate. I've never found one. 5 years I've been looking for one. I found 2 this year. So, go figure, and there's actually the possibility somebody might get on one of those come October. I think somebody might get one of those. We had one last year, actually, that was found too. So,
yeah. See, it's stuff like that we're just not, I don't know, we're not going to find that in Michigan unless you're like the luckiest son of SOB ever,
Yep.
It takes a lot of research, man. I can tell you that. We do a ton of research. I got one guy that I dig with, and our thing is War of 1812. That's like our favorite thing to dig. And so like him and I will just be like constantly reading, and we get a message. We message each other back and forth, be like, all right, dude, did you check this out? You see this depression over here, or, the troops moved this way. Do you think they would have stopped here? Or, and you just kind of, and a lot of it's luck. I mean, I'm sure you guys know, it's probably 70% skill, and no, it's probably more than that. It's probably way more luck, but skill definitely has something to do with it, but the luck has a lot to do with it as well. So does anybody else have any questions about it, about the event?
I don't see any more about the event. I mean, it looks like there's a couple of general questions in here. Ryan wants to know if we find any Zippo lighters. I have before. I found them at a couple of old farmhouses. And Digging Juggernaut wants to know.
I think I have at least one.
Wants to know what all our oldest coins are.
Oh boy, I don't know if I should go into this conversation. Should I?
I don't know.
I mean, you got it. It's the oldest coin. You got.
All right. So oldest coin in the United States.
I know it. Yeah, I know. Yeah, he's got one way older than all of us. Are you kidding me?
I've got one coin that's like at the top of everybody, especially New England's list. It's a 1652 pine tree shilling.
Yeah,
and, they were minted in Massachusetts, and mine is one of 13 known for the variety that I found. So
I've watched that video of yours, Pete, where you pulled that so many times. I'm like, wow, that thing is so awesome. I can't believe it.
I thought it was a freaking can. I'll be honest with you. I dug 3 cans, and they all kind of sounded the same. And I was like, looked at my watch. We had to leave at 3, and I'm like, it's 2:54. Okay, next signal. That's the last one. And I hit the signal, and I'm like, oh man. I was like, these guys have been over this spot a couple of times. It's like, it's probably another can. I'm like, then I looked to the road, and I'm like, well, you know what? If I don't dig it, I might regret it. It's like, so I'm gonna dig it. And I dug it, and at the bottom of the hole, I could see it was like dark, and I'm like, what the hell is that? I thought it was a big dandy button. So I go in there and I reach in there, and about halfway up, I could see the date 1652. And I'm like, I dropped it. I said so many swear words. I yelled so loud. The neighbors 6 doors down definitely heard me. The homeowners were inside, thought there was somebody being murdered. It was just crazy. And the guys that were there were like, whoa, what's going on? And one guy's like, is it a copper? I was like, do you think I'd scream that loud and say that many curse words if it was a copper? And so it was just, incredible. And, to share it with people was the best part. I was in a spot where I probably never would have been on my own. Just friends I had made along the way, some XP guys. They're actually, I'm actually wearing their shirt right now, Grunt Diggers. It's all Army, all military vets anyways. And they invited me out to go digging with them in Rhode Island. And man, oh man, all I can say is sometimes it's, as cool as the find is, and it'll probably be the number one find I'll ever make. Even so, just the relationships you build with the guys you go out digging with, and it's just, that was what was worth it, to share it with them. Of course I want them to find something like that. And now we joke about it because I'm their good luck charm, because the last time we went there, so the first time I went there, I dug the Pine Tree Shilling. The second time I went there, he dug a George Washington inaugural blind, which he had been waiting for quite a few years. So, we all got to kind of revel in it. And that's what I like about it. Digging with other folks, that really gets me going, juiced up. When somebody finds something great, it just kind of like gets you going, ready to find something else yourself,
Yeah. Well, AP, what frequency do you usually run on that XP when you found that Pine Tree Shilling?
So when I found the Pine Tree Shilling, I was using the X35 coil, and I run at 12 kilohertz. I like that personally. I think it's a good all-around number, because when you get into the higher kilohertz, you're finding a lot smaller stuff, but it's never usually as deep. And then when you go to the really low kilohertz, you're finding the deep stuff, but it's not like, you're not finding like lots of gold. You're looking for like the big copper coins and silver coins and stuff at that point. So I kind of like 12 because it's kind of in the middle. And then when I use the high frequency coil, the little white one, which I absolutely love, I use that in 14 kilohertz, which is the standard one. But
you got the round or the elliptical?
I have the round. I personally like the round more than the elliptical. The elliptical is good in like really hot iron beds, but I think the round just does I don't know. I just feel like I get deeper with the round. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm just imagining things. That happens too.
I think you're probably right. The elliptical seemed like I noticed, like you said, it'd be great for high concentration areas, but it does seem like I never pull anything really deep with it. It definitely will get stuff that I missed, but I never pull anything super deep with it. But
I pulled a copper at 14 inches with that little white coil. So I can tell you, if you're on good soil and you're in the right area, just listen for those little whispers. And honestly, I bump up. I don't know if you all use, I'm sure you don't all use XPs. I don't really know. But if you do use an XP, my little trick is I bump up the audio response. So basically all that does is it changes how the target sounds in the ground. So instead of being whisper quiet, it just bumps the sound up. So something that was deeper, even though you can still tell it's deep, it'll give a much better response. You'll hear it better.
Were you talking like audio response 4 or 5 or?
I use 4. I use 4 usually. 5. If you hit something on the surface, it's going to blow your headphones are going to be off and your ears are going to be bleeding. So you don't want 5. But if you keep it on 4, usually you get that deep stuff is pretty decent.
Yeah, that's what I definitely usually run in 4. Like you said, the one when I use it mostly, it's going to be like 11 some kilohertz is what I run. I got the standard black coil. I've had it for a few years, so.
Those are great coils. But yeah, if you get up to the X35, I don't know what it is about them, man. They're good coils. They're really good coils. And the 11-inch is my favorite. I don't use, and honestly, I don't care what machine you use. I think unless you're like really, you have a certain specific type of hunting, I think a size somewhere between 9 and 11 inches is most ideal. I see all these people going out and buying like 40-inch coils. Look at this thing. It'll go 3 feet down. You don't want to be digging 3 feet. And honestly, for the sites that you're going to hit stuff at 3 feet, why would you, you might get 1 or 2 extra signals out of that. And then to try and pinpoint with those monsters is just killer. I've had a 13-inch coil on the Deus, and I could not pinpoint for it. I'd be like, all right, I'm going to dig this whole 13-inch plug and just hope to God it's somewhere in the middle of this thing. I mean, it's so I think an 11-inch coil, most machines seem to come with. That seems to be like the standard size. I think that's a really good all-around coil size.
That's good to know because I was thinking about buying a 13 for my Deus before I went down to Dig Stock Mini, but I really,
No, I think you'll
I'm
be. I
always-
think you'll be just fine. I think you'll be just fine. You don't, like I said, you're gonna get stuff. There is that stuff that's really, really deep, but there's no reason why you can't get 11, 12, 13 inches out of your standard coils. And like I said, you might get an extra half an inch or an inch out of those big coils, but is it worth the extra weight? And is it worth that one find you might make that it could be great, but I have a couple of friends that use nothing exclusively but the 13-inch coil. But I've had one, I've used it, just never really caught on to its weight and stuff. After using that little 9-inch high frequency, man, that kills it for me. But so what do you guys use? So I know, Lance, you use an XP. Jake, Chandler, what do you guys use?
I got the Equinox 800.
You got an 800, and what do you use, Chandler?
I have the AT Pro. I was going to buy a Deus this winter, but I had a couple other bills come up, so it's gonna have to wait till next year.
Well, maybe save your money. I hear XP's coming out with something new.
told ya.
Yeah, dude,
What's
you're
that?
right. You told me.
I was just talking to Chandler last night. He's like, man, I want to get XP before the Dig Stock Mini. I'm like, dude, I've had mine for a while, and this machine's great. I'm not going to talk you out of it, but they just dropped the price on them from some of the dealers, and I feel like they're coming out with something.
If you see them drop the prices pretty dramatically, you know something's coming. So I'm on XPTM USA. I can't give any details or anything, but I can tell you within the next year something's coming, and it's going to be really good. And that's it. That's all I can tell you right now. So I haven't had my hands on one yet, and I probably won't for a little while. But I can tell you from what I know and from what I've heard, it's definitely going to be well worth the wait for anybody that's willing to take a chance on it. And XP is one of those companies that they don't push out machines every year. They don't hype everything up. They let their machines talk for themselves, speak for themselves. And man, oh man, they don't come out with something until they're sure, they got it right. With the XP Deus, when they first came out with that, people were like, holy crap, what the hell is this thing? It was like space age. It was totally new, totally different. And every time they've done an improvement or they've done an update, it's improved it, exponentially. It's like having a brand new machine. I've had mine for, let me see. Oh God. I've had mine for 5 years now, 6 years now, and I've only had to replace the battery on it. I have never had to replace any other component on it other than the battery. So that's what I'm telling you. Their quality is top notch. I've never had to change anything. And MineLab, I've had a MineLab, and they're great machines. I'm not going to knock them either, because I've used those before. I had an XP, and actually in conjunction with an XP before I moved to XP Team USA. And I had 3 or 4 issues with that one in the first year of ownership, and I was like, "What the heck? If I'm going to spend $900 on a machine, I want it to be good." And again, that's no knock on MineLab as a machine. They're great machines. But there's something about my XP, man. I just can't. Every time I grab it, I've used plenty of other machines. I've tested a lot of machines, and I'm happy to, for companies to come in and say, here, try this out. I'm happy to give it a fair shake, and I've put well over 100, 200 hours on a MineLab before I fully went XP. And I can just tell you, it's just a preference, and that's everything. Everything's a preference. So, there's some people out there, we talk crap all the time. Every one of us does. So don't tell me you don't. You all 3 of you talk crap to each other, when you're out digging. So, we do the same thing. We do the same thing. So, so it's fun, man. It's good times. MineLab's a great machine. Garrett are great people. They got great machines. Everybody, I'll just say this. The technology that we got these days is just exponentially better than what it was 10 years ago, 15 years ago. So it doesn't matter what you get these days. You're going to have a good time. Just get out there and dig, man. Just get out and enjoy it.
Yeah. Couldn't say it better.
Yep.
Now I'm stoked. Now I got to wait to buy a new machine, I guess.
Yeah, I would wait. Like I said, I can't tell you when it's coming out because I don't know for certain. I don't think anybody does at this point because of COVID. But it's kind of pushed everything back a little bit. But I would say look towards fall, maybe even at our event we might have some. I'm not 100% sure on that yet, but they may be featured there for the first time in the United States. I don't know. So, but I can tell you it's going to be a good time. I know Noctis is supposed to be coming out with a multi-frequency machine as well. And they're good friends with us. D-Lex, she's great. And all those Nocta guys they're great people. And they got great machines. That Nocta Simplex, they did a hell of a job with that for an entry-level machine, man. I can tell you what, that's, it'll hold its own against some really expensive machines. So all I can say, man, is we live in a great world for metal detecting. A lot of good stuff is going to be coming out here in the next couple of years, and I think it's definitely going to help us out. Every year seems to get a little bit harder. You're like, man, I hope no more people get into the hobby, but at the same time, everybody has their own thing, and like I don't care. I don't care how many people are in it.
I'm connecting with people. I mean, more people the merrier. I mean, I realize eventually all the good spots will be kind of detected, but
the funny thing is come a couple of years, 20 years from now, people are going to be excited when they find stuff from the 60s and 70s versus, 100 years ago. But, it is what it is, man. I mean, we've been doing it long, and I've been doing it for, over 10 years now. So I've been detecting. I started in college with a banana yellow Garrett Ace 250. So, I mean, we all got to start somewhere. And, my first 2 or 3 machines were Garrett's. I went to England. I tested out a Deus, and I'm like, nope, this is it. This is the one. I'm going with this one. And literally, I came back from England. And that Christmas under the tree, I had myself a Deus. So, and then I've never looked back since then. So it's been a journey, man. It's been a journey, but one hell of a ride, that's for sure.
Yeah, I will say I'd say the same thing. Once I got that Deus, I knew it couldn't be. I couldn't see myself swinging anything else unless they came out with something new. So I'm excited now that I kind of confirmed it from someone probably closer to the inside that they're coming.
I'm not right in the middle, but I definitely I get information that some other people can't. Like you said, don't quote me on when it's coming or anything like that. But everybody knows the rumors are already swirling. So they usually you can see the signs are coming.
I seen stuff on, the Facebook groups of XP years ago saying that they, there was something coming, and I'm like, I don't know, maybe, probably, but
I don't want that to stop anybody from buying a Deus either, because Deus are great. I don't care because honestly, who knows what the price point of the new machine is? It may be out of some people's reach, because right now is a great time to buy one. If you were going to go out and buy an XP machine or whatever, right now is a great time. I think you get them for $1,000 or less, depending on who you go for a dealer. So, I mean, and that comes with pretty much everything. I think they still have a deal right now with a pinpointer for $20, and that's a $160 pinpointer comes with it. So, I mean, it's really up to you what you want to get out of it. So, like, don't just think if you buy the machine a Deus today, it's going to be out of date tomorrow, because, even so, I've had mine for 5 years, and every time they've updated it, it's been like a new machine, and they promise to keep coming out with updates for the future. So, don't just think you're going to get a machine and that's going to be it,
Yeah. So, I don't know if you guys got anything else for Pete. I mean, we were going to do maybe a giveaway at the end here, and but yeah, I'm definitely excited for the new XP. I mean, I'm going to lose sleep over that for a few nights now. Thanks, Pete. So
me too.
You're
Lance.
welcome.
Me too.
You're welcome. So yeah, I think it doesn't matter. So I hope everybody, if you get a chance to get out to one of the dig stocks, either mini or the big one, I hope you come. You'll have a good time. There's going to be a couple hundred to a couple thousand like-minded individuals out there digging with you. You might get to meet your YouTube, favorite diggers out there. Which I'll tell you this, from meeting, more than I can count on my hands, famous YouTubers or whatever you want to call them, YouTube celebrities. Most of them are down to earth, just like us. They're just guys out there getting out and digging it. KG and Ringy, I don't know if you've had, they're just great down to earth dudes. I mean, I'd have a beer with them, no problem. Those are the kind of people I love. Just always welcoming, very friendly. And so get out there and meet those people, because they're great. A lot of them are really great people. So, but if you get out to one of our events, you might get the chance to meet some of them.
Yeah, we'll definitely try to get a few more down to Dig Stock Mini. I mean, I'm getting married this year, so I don't know if I'll be able to make the big Dig Stock now.
What was this when you said you were getting married? What was this about?
Well, I'm not married yet, so she has to show up and say yes. So I don't know.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. So,
His backup is the dais if she doesn't show up. That's the backup.
Yeah,
there you go. When my wife puts me and she's like, you sleep on the couch, and I'm like, I just cuddle up with this. It's fine.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I'm gonna go detect or something. Yeah. Okay.
So yeah. So you guys got any other questions? I mean, I'm happy to, like I said, you guys can hit me up, anybody. So to anybody that's listening or watching this, if you see me on Facebook, add me as a friend. I'm happy to chat with anybody about anything. You got questions about metal detecting? I don't care if you're a newbie or you've been in the hobby a long time. I'm always open to chat with anybody. Give me a shout. I'm just an open book when it comes to metal detecting. I've been doing it long enough that I can hopefully give you some tips and tricks to help you out. Or if you just want somebody to talk to, give me a shout.
Hey, yeah. Well, Joe was saying that someone was saying our buddy Joe, he should get an XP, and I think he's right.
Yep.
If you're listening, Joe, if you want to try my detector for a while, you're welcome to it next time I come down. Even if you don't want to buy the dais right away, or if you want to wait a little bit, I know. But yeah, it's a great detector. So whatever you're gonna do.
And we've got a couple. I know we've got a couple of XPs that are going to be given away at Dig Stock Mini, and I know a couple of Noctas are going to be given away at the Dig Stock Mini, and then even at our big event, we've got more detectors than we know what to do with that are going to be given away. All kinds of crazy prizes and stuff. So it's a good time. When you walk in the door of our events, we want everybody to have a good time. We do something a little different. We give people, everybody thinks, oh, I'm just going to go there. They'll have raffles and stuff. I'll buy tickets. We give you tickets. We're going to give you tickets just for walking in the door. For buying a ticket, you get raffle tickets. So you don't even have to buy anything to get a chance to win a $1,000 detector or whatever it may be. So, we try to do this a little bit differently. So we hope, everybody that comes, you can't please everybody, but we're going to do our best to, ensure that most people have a great time. So again, we can't please everyone, but that's how it is.
Hey, I wanted to ask you, Pete, as far as like the Dig Stock Mini event, are they going to have like, I've seen it before, like best finds, like judged by like people, or are they going to do like, because I thought that was pretty cool. They did at the Charles Garrett.
We haven't done that, but I mean, that's definitely an idea that we could throw in there. And then maybe
I thought it was cool because they had like a table set out, that was kind of guarded by people, but you put it in a bag with like a number, and then I thought that was really cool to see because you don't get to see the stuff that other people might think is cool. And I got to see all kinds of stuff, really old locks. Coins that people had found there. And I was like, man, that's cool. I really don't get to see it unless I go and talk to these people what they found. And it's like, I just thought that was a cool idea.
Yeah, that is a great idea. And, and we're always looking for so when I did, when I was with Pound the Ground, the day after the event, I have a notebook. I started writing ideas down for the next thing that I was going to do, whatever it was going to be. I had no idea what was my next venture was. But I started making a notebook. I asked people, what did you like? What didn't you like? What give me some ideas. What do you want to see? What would bring you back? What kind of things really interest you? So, and that's basically what we used as a basis for the Dig Stock events. We just kind of took all those ideas and we're like, okay, we'll try this, and so we'll see this year. If this works, then great. Then we'll move it on and we'll use it on the next one. If it doesn't work, then we'll, okay, that's enough. We'll try something different. But we're always happy.
Sorry, Pete, go ahead.
Yeah, we're always happy to try something like that. And I know we did at Pound the Ground. They had one guy from a club. He just happened to be from one of the clubs. And he had a contest, and we had the Historical Association there. So everybody was bringing stuff up for people to see, or for the Historical Society. They were actually writing down what people found and what field they found it in and stuff. So we had a historical record, and they were taking pictures of it. And this guy hung around that little area and basically saw everybody's things that they found. So he had like a prize for like oldest coin and like old, whatever relic. But I kind of like your idea better, where it's kind of like the people that are there vote on what they think is going to be the coolest.
Like, like a couple of the moderators from the event, like you or whoever, it was like, 5 people voted on like maybe like a top 3 like coolest relic and whatever.
Yeah.
And it was
that's a great idea
because I seen a lot of relics and stuff that come from that area that I wouldn't have seen regularly, if it was, they did the giveaways and stuff, but I never really got to see what everyone else found.
And we've seen hunts, and actually Matt, my partner, used to hold hunts in North Carolina before I met him, and there's a lot of those, like digging in Virginia, any of those big Civil War hunts. They do the same thing where they just either have a table or they got a bunch of tailgates down, and people just kind of put their stuff on it, and you can go by and you can take a look and see what it is. So I mean, we're definitely open to that. I think that's something we're going to incorporate into our events here coming up. So. Either we're going to just put out a couple of just random tables, and you put your stuff on it if you want people to see it, or if you got a little display box or something, you can put it out there for people to kind of see what you found. But I know everybody I hope everybody that comes is going to have a great time regardless. Oh, yeah. If you're out there and you're not having a good time, it's something you're doing is my guess. You're not giving it a chance, because it's definitely something that a lot of people have never done before. If you've never been to an event like this, check it out. Try it once. If it's not for you, it's not for you. But I think a lot of folks are going to be pleasantly surprised with how we run these things.
Well, I'm excited. So yeah, I'm definitely excited. I see Joe just commented that he joined Team Minelab last night.
There you go.
Whatever, Joe. That's cool. But
did he buy a machine? Because I don't know if Minelab has a team anymore. They've got detectors, but I don't know how those work. They used to be sponsored by the company, but I don't think they are anymore. So I don't know how they work. I'm assuming he just bought a Minelab machine, and good for him, man. Those are great machines.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just giving him a hard time just because.
That's what we do. You gotta, bust on everybody. Listen, we do it all the time. I know when I'm hunting, there's more drawing than everything, man. I'm just busting as, you know what I'm saying. I'm just, the whole time we're just shooting the crap and just busting on each other the whole time. The whole time we're hunting. I swear to God, if we just stopped talking, we'd probably get way more hunting done. But sometimes that's the best part about it. So.
The next, everyone's got the 16-inch coin story or whatever, just
Yep. Yeah.
It's like, okay,
well, I found one at 45 inches, and it was a gold. Yep, exactly. Yep. And I'm not. Listen, if you ask me about something, I'm gonna tell you about it for the most part. If you want to know, I'll tell you, but I'm not going to be going up to everybody and just bragging about whatever, because listen, we're all detectorists. We will all enjoy the hobby, but if that person comes up to you and is like, hey, do you want to see my best find? What'd you find out there? What'd you find? Anything good? Anything good? Oh, no, well, I just found this. The big braggadocio guy. I'm not that guy. If somebody asks me, hey, what'd you find? Okay, here's what I found. So, that's the whole point, man. Just get out there, dig, have fun. I don't care what you find. I'm glad for you. I'm happy for you. But just go out there and enjoy yourself.
Yeah, I think that's.
I want to see some good stuff come out of the ground. Whether it's me or whoever that finds it, I don't really care. I want to see me find some stuff, obviously.
Right. Yeah, we had people at the Pound the Ground event that were like, it was just they were like, I didn't find a lot of great stuff, but man, it was exciting when somebody's like, oh, I got a seeded coin, and he's like, everybody rushed over and got to see it, and everybody's congratulating everybody, and you're all excited, and then you get right back to it. It kind of pumps you up to get you going to find something yourself. I always thought of that when I'm out there with other people, man. If they find something great, I'm like, oh, damn, I got it now. I got to slow down. I got to change my game up a little bit. And, until the first piece of silver comes out of the ground, you're like, oh, there's nothing here. And then one person finds silver, and then you're like, I'm here forever. I'm going to stay here until it's dark and I can't see anything. And, we all do the one more hole, just one more hole. That's all it is. One more hole. And then it's, 4 holes later, you're like, okay, I got to quit. There's nothing here.
Yeah, like Mike in the chat said, the social aspect about it is definitely, I did a long time by myself. Is it really, we're a pretty rural spot here, Pete. Like where me and Jake, we live in the same town. Yep. It's pretty rural here, and there's really not a lot of people that did it. And I did it for a few years before me and Jake went to school together, but I did it for a few years before he got on board with it. And man, he's been killing it. And, I definitely will say the years I did alone, it was a lot funner now that I got people to go with. And now that I've joined, years ago that I've got on all these groups is the best time ever. This is.
Yeah. And honestly, like I dug for a long time, for probably the first, I don't know, maybe year or 2 years. I kind of like, I'd go with somebody every once in a great while, but for the most part, I'd dig alone. And then once I started, meeting people and I'm like, you know what, I'm going to start paying to go to some of these events. I don't care what they are. There was a penguin dig in I don't know, if it was Rhode Island or Connecticut. It was right on the ocean. If you ever see Doug Bowden he runs Awesome Relics New England. He's a super cool guy. Mm-hmm. He digs with Lucky Lou. If you've ever seen him, the guy with the super deep Massachusetts accent. He did that Christmas thing this year. Those are all great folks, and those are all people that I met through metal detecting. And they've all met them in person. They're all great guys. There's a lot of great guys, great ladies. It's just great people in this hobby. And I'll tell you what, now when I go out digging by myself and I find something, I'm like, oh, there's nobody here to tell it to. So, and then I'm like, well, what the heck was that about? When I first found my first belt plate, I screamed. I'm like, oh my God, I did it. I effing did it. I swear I effing did it. And then I'm like, nobody's here to enjoy it with me. And, and that was a bummer. So I had to call my buddy later and I'm like, dude, you're never going to believe what I found, And I don't know, there's just something about doing it in person and having somebody to share it with you.
Oh, yeah. Hey, what up, Gary? I see you in here, dude. Thanks for joining us, dude. Yeah, one of my first detecting partners, Gary Boblik's in here, Up North Diggers, and he's a pretty cool guy. Hopefully we can get him to one of these events here. So he's been working a lot. But
yeah, it's hard, man. I'm with y'all. I mean, I have a everybody thinks, I just do this for fun, but man, I got a full-time job. I work just like everybody else does, and so it's not easy. All of us guys that run these things it's not like our full-time job. We do this for fun on the side, to get people together doing this stuff. But, we all do our own thing, like I do stuff for XP Team USA. I run their Instagram page. So like it's just, I've got a lot of stuff on my plate, but I'm not like nobody else. I'm like just like everybody else, basically. So, again, not everybody can make a hunt 1 year, but if you can get one here, one there, again, it doesn't matter which one you go to. Most of them are pretty good. A lot of people out there do throw some great hunts. So, if you've never been to a hunted or a seeded hunt or even a natural hunt, get out there and try it, see, you might like it. Some people don't like seeded hunts. I get it. But for me, I kind of like the aspect of like, I might never dig one of these, but on a seeded hunt, I might dig one, and I can't say I dug it naturally, but I can still say I dug one. You know what I mean? I got one in my collection now.
I mean, it's always fun to take home a couple silver coins, it's like, we do a couple in Michigan down near Detroit for Michigan Metal Detecting Group. I've been going to for a few years, and it's always fun to take home a handful of silvers, even whether you dug them naturally or not. It's always fun. So I definitely, like you said, I definitely recommend going to one. Even if it is seeded, it's just a fun time to meet with people.
Yeah, we actually are taking a page out of the Garrett hunt this year. I was talking to Steve Moore, their marketing director over at Garrett there. And we were talking about the Charles Memorial hunt, and he said they buy thousands and thousands and thousands of relics, bullets and buckles and you name it for the hunt. And I'm like, man, that sounds awesome. I was like, why can't we do that? So we're actually going to do that this year. So coins are expensive. I'm sure everybody knows. Anybody that collects coins or anything, silver's not cheap, especially now it's like $25 an ounce. It's expensive. So we thought, how can we still make this hunt fun, but not go bankrupt, trying to do this? And, for us, we love silver coins and we love finding that stuff just as much. But I'm like, man, I'm really a relic guy. I was like, and I bet you a lot of people out there like that stuff too. So this year for our big dig stock, we've got thousands of relics that are going in the ground, bullets, buttons, buckles. We've got these awesome tokens. I wish I had one on me to show you guys. It's up on my dig stock events on Facebook. If you look it up, we've got these prize tokens. Each one of them is going to be numbered for our big event. And when you find one of those prize tokens in the field, you bring it up and it correlates with the prize. So we've got rare, Confederate buttons that are going to be a couple $100 buttons you can win. We've got gold coins, silver coins. We got all kinds of crazy foreign coins out there, but not like I went out and bought a bunch of foreign coins, but like they're old. They're like British, big old British pennies and stuff. Cool things that you've never seen before. Or, you'll probably never dig here in the U.S. But it's a lot of really cool stuff. We've really tried to make this next big hunt, the best thing that most people have ever been to. So, we got a lot of lofty expectations, but hopefully we don't disappoint too many people.
No, I'm excited. I think it's going to be a blast. I wish I can make both of them. I'll definitely get you support on that dig stock mini because that seems like up my alley. So
it's all right, man. I think we're gonna be just fine. I just sold another ticket just as we're speaking here. So, but yeah, it's gonna be fun. I mean, it doesn't matter which one you go to. Either one, the big one's a little bit more family friendly, I would say, affordable for anybody that's kind of on a budget. And you're still going to have a great time. I don't care what you say. A lot of people were like out at the hotels, just hanging out together. There was one hotel room. They had to call somebody up because there were so many people in it, and that's what I mean. So you're out having dinner and, oh, there's KG and Ringy over there at that table, so it's just kind of like, getting out there and seeing this stuff, that's like I said, somebody said the social aspect to me, that's the best part of this whole thing. Going to these things, meeting all these people, 28 states. I mean, when are you going to get the chance to meet diggers from 28 different states? So
you're going to find a lot of cool people there. I mean, I'm sure you met a ton already, Pete, but like Jay and Chandler, you're going to love it.
I have more friends on Facebook than I know what to do with. And everybody's like, well, are they all your friends? I was like, listen, if somebody messages me and says, hey, Pete, I'm going to answer them back. I'm not just going to leave them hanging. And honestly, like I said, my Facebook page a couple years ago was 300 people. I had everybody that was just close to me and whatever, just like some people, and that's great. But it's a social thing for me. Metal detecting is social. So getting out there and meeting all these people, and I have people from all over the world. I've got friends in the UK, I've got friends in Italy, I've got friends in Germany. And the nice thing is once you get in with those people, you can return the favor. Hey, if you ever come to the United States, get over here and we'll do some digging. And now I have friends in the UK. When you're over here, come on out. We'll do some digging. And that's exactly what we've been doing. So, I say I'm slowly going to make my way around the world with metal detecting, and it's getting there.
I think that's a blast. I love to have people, especially across the pond, to have relationships with people like that, and hopefully I can go to Detectival one day. I think that's always been a dream of mine for years, and I had went there in 2015. Wasn't as big into metal detecting then, but man, I really wish I would have been at that time. So.
It's a time. If you've ever wanted to do a big metal detecting event, Detectival is kind of like, I would call it the biggest thing you've ever seen. The last one I went to was last year, 2019. 2019, I went to Detectival. That was my second or third time there, but it was just they just do a hell of a job. They got a lot of great people that run it. They have food. It's basically, like I said, we're kind of doing the same thing, but it's a huge production there. I mean, last year Minelab introduced the Vanquish series. So Minelab was the main sponsor. You walk in the door, you get a bag emblazoned with Minelab. You get like a little patch and everything that says Detectival. You get a couple of goodies, and then you walk in, and then there's just dealers and all the manufacturers around. And Nocta unveiled the Simplex there. So like it's a big thing, and so it was awesome. And I mean, there were almost every detecting celebrity, not just from the United States, but like around the world. You could meet people that you've seen on YouTube. That was the first time I had actually met Gary Blackwell from XP. I actually met the guy who designed the XP machine, who built.
I've always wanted to meet Gary Blackwell. He's
a great guy, and but yeah, I got to meet Alain Loubet, who's the actually inventor of the XP metal detector, and we had a conversation. And I mean,
That's cool.
it's just something that you never get the chance to do. And while we were out detecting, we met people from Belgium, Germany, all over Europe, which was incredible. Some of them could only speak a couple of words of English, but it doesn't matter. You're all speaking the universal language of metal detecting.
Oh, yeah. That's right.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know if you got any more questions, Chandler or Jake. If you got,
if anyone watching right now has any questions for Pete, we can kind of do like a last call on questions. Otherwise, I mean, we're all pretty active in the groups here on Facebook in Michigan and everything. Maybe in a week or two, Pete, we can have you back on. We can kind of get a list of questions kind of from all over. If someone's kind of like, well, I don't know if I should go because of this, this or that. And then we can kind of go through all those questions and kind of tie up any loose ends that anyone might have. And
feel free to hit me up. Like I said, we will be on one more show this week. We're going to be on Relics Radio with Loy and Ken King. And that's 8 p.m. And just look it up. There's a whole page, Relics Radio. They've been going they broadcast all over the world. So great, super great guys. And then I know that Butch Holcomb is going to have us on at some point before the event. I don't know if there's going to be any tickets left by then, but who knows? And then I know we've got an ad coming up that's going to be in the American Digger magazine. So the next issue, there should be an ad for Dig Stock Mini. And it's going to be fun, man. We're just going to have a good time. And like I said, I just love doing this stuff, chatting with you guys, talking about metal detecting. It's what I love. So I appreciate you guys having me on. And like I said, just give me a shout out if you want me to come back on.
All right.
Sure, absolutely. Digging Juggernaut. Have a good night, man.
Thanks, Pete. Take it easy.
All right. Take care, guys. Keep on digging out there.
Hey,
Yeah.
Thanks, man. We appreciate it.
So that was cool.
Dude, that was awesome.
Pete Sorrell in here. That was awesome. Yeah, I'm definitely like.
Ray, you're still getting out, huh?
Ray's getting out, eh?
Ray's getting out.
Dude, we should all go visit Ray. We should just pile in a van and just go visit Ray. Be like, what's up? How many permissions you got? There's 15 of us. What do you got for us?
Take us to your best local park. We want to hit it.
Exactly.
We'll pick them clean.
Yeah, that was. I'm not surprised that he came on, but it was just kind of like, oh, sweet, dude, he's coming on. That's awesome,
That's cool, dude. I was like, especially me, I mean, I don't know Pete, but I've definitely known about him being on XP Team USA, seen his videos. We dug that pine tree shilling like the day he probably uploaded it.
Mm-hmm.
That was super cool to have Pete Sorrell on here. So that's I'm definitely excited about that. Can't wait to maybe get him back one time before Dig Stock Mini, so we can just freaking bounce off the walls real quick.
He just messaged me. He said, "Thanks for having me on. It was a great time. Class act, Pete Sorrell, dude."
Yeah,
I'd be happy to have him back on. Absolutely.
Yeah, like you said, anybody that messaged him, he messaged you back, and he does, because I've asked him questions before, or when I was trying to figure out for our changing of our tickets if we could do it and what the price difference was. I mean, he was on it. It was like within minutes, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm on my way to work. I'll get there, and then I'll give you the link and everything to figure out how to do it." So definitely a stand-up guy.
Yeah, Mike, I see what you're saying in that comments right there. Hey, whatever, dude. I think Pete's cool. I think that's a really legit thing. I mean, hell, he's given us a great time for all of us to take pretty much vacation to go freaking metal detecting. I mean, why wouldn't you want to admire someone like that? So it's whatever.
Well, that too. I mean, like, it's one thing. I hate my laptop. It's one thing, like if we're 2 channels with 5,000-6,000 subscribers and we got a huge live stream going here, but we got 10 to 20 people watching, and just for him to take the time out of his night, to come talk to us for an hour, that alone shows what kind of guy he is. Brian, yes, we do hold hands while we detect. We also hold whatever. It is what it is. You got to be part of the VC crew to be holding hands, though. Sorry, guys.
Yeah. Let's see, Gary. What was the price on those
Like
two?
$225, I think.
Let me get. Yeah, it's $225
in taxes or something or whatever fees, and it's the beginning of March, first weekend of March.
Yep, it's coming up, dude.
I will, Gary. I'm gonna put a link right now in the live chat. Dig Stock, the event.
Yeah, throw it in the chat and then throw it up on the screen too, Chandler.
Sure.
Crazy fun. I mean, if you're not there, are you really digging old Spanish? Probably not. Just saying.
I just want to see something come out of the ground. But, something.
I'm pulling big Spanish.
I want to see other people find things, but I want to find something too that is like, what is this? Because I don't know what this is. Like around here, when you find something, most time, unless it's a relic that you don't know, like coins and stuff, we've all found them, and other than Nick's KG3, you're like, okay, yeah, that's a seeded quarter, that's
right,
a dime, that's a Rosie, that's a Merc. It's like, I want that. I don't know what that is. What is it?
Yeah, that's the best when you're like, I don't know what this is, and I'm sure it's legit. That's every time that happens, it's like, and we found a lot of coins, like Jake said, but it's like when you find something you really have, you're like, I don't know what this is. That's a great feeling, especially when you're going to have a lot of people. I don't know how anybody wouldn't want that. That's whew.
Yeah, Brian, I was telling Pete, I said, it's pretty much the day that I found that. The day that I found that, we all had vacation time put in except for Chris, but he said screw it and put it in anyway. And he says he's taking a whole cannon, so I'd be willing to bet a 6-pack right now on that.
Yeah. Like Ray's saying, Megalohunt's still on. If you guys ain't got a ticket to that, I got my ticket. That's
Is there still tickets available? Ray, was there a cap on that, or are there tickets available still? Or I guess you have to wait and see what the cap is.
Yeah.
Brian said he's going to dig an entire cannon. I'll help you carry it, dude. You dig it, I'll help you carry a cannon out of there. Promise.
Brian wants to know what you do when you find a cannon. I don't know. Just walk around with a cannon, probably.
Put it in my front yard when I get it home.
That's going in my bedroom.
I want to say we're going to put it in the back of the Yukon, dude. Blow the rear window out and prop it up out the back, dude.
I'm sure we wouldn't get any looks driving back up north.
Nah.
We just got a Rev War cannon in the back of the truck. No biggie.
Well, Ray said tickets are still available, so if you're in the chat and you want some tickets, definitely hit them up. Obviously,
what's the date on that, Ray? May?
Is it May 23 or is it May 17?
It's in May.
I know. That's why I probably won't be going, unfortunately. So I'll be out storm chasing.
You're gonna have to take the day off.
There ain't gonna be much left after I get there anyway, so I we'll lose sleep over it.
I won't.
Yeah, don't.
Nope, I know it. I won't. Sunday, May 23rd.
Is Nick going?
I doubt it.
23rd.
I doubt Nick will go.
He's got the disc, dude. He's got to go. He's gonna rip it apart.
Dude, Team XP just taking names. Yeah,
that's all they can take. They can't find anything.
Oh yeah,
Zang got him, dude.
Man, that's ruthless.
Now that Pete's gone, I can start talking some crap.
I was gonna say you weren't talking very much shit during that. I couldn't help but notice.
I couldn't say anything.
I was on a fucking rager.
Him and Lance were talking too much.
Sorry, I didn't mean to swear, but yeah, I was on a rager.
So hopefully you were wearing compression shorts, Lance. You don't need to. Yeah, whatever.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Yes, Brian. I like Binox a lot.
Yeah.
I like going out and swinging with Lance, so we can both have our machines. With those two machines, we're not missing a whole lot. So it's a good feeling when we have both of them going at the same time.
Oh.
Ooh,
Haters.
that's rough.
Damn, man. All right.
On the good side, though, Gary's going.
Damn, all right. Getting down like that. Let's do it.
I think we know. I think we know who Gary likes.
No.
He's
the Lone Ranger with the Amphibio. I'm pretty sure. I don't know if there's anybody else in here that swings out one.
I'm the Lone Ranger now with the AT Pro.
Yeah.
The AT Lone Ranger.
I think Gary's probably still got an AT Pro that he might even throw on a few times. He's got some hours on an AT Pro.
I want to know what the new XP machine is.
Yeah, I do too.
I know. Isn't that funny, Chandler?
Dude.
Can you believe that?
As soon as he said that, I was like, oh, there's no way Lance called it.
I called that so hardcore last night. Chandler was texting me a little bit, and I'm like, dude, I'm telling you, like, just I got this feeling just like in the last couple of weeks. I'm like, dude, I don't know. That new XP is gonna be crazy.
Yeah, well, he was on a chat last spring or last summer when he was doing the event breakdown for the big stock that didn't happen. And he mentioned then that there was a new machine coming out. And so it's still on its way. So they're definitely taking their time to build this thing. So we'll see.
Hey, Gary, did you see that I won that Vanquish 540, dude? Pretty sweet. You might have to give this baby a shot. It looks nice. It's got like a 12-inch coil, dude. It seems just exactly like the Equinox, only with a different housing.
Yeah.
If I don't know if you swing, you got to come over and check this thing out, Jake. It swings really nice. It's really sturdy. I'm like kind of upset. It was kind of classified as like an entry level machine, but it's really nice. I'm serious. You know how I love my XPs. I think this Vanquish 540, it seems like a legit machine. I
did swing Mike's Vanquish 540. That thing was nice. I did enjoy it.
You know, it's got like I said, a nice 12-inch coil. I mean, like the design's cool. I mean, like, I don't know. It looks just like a freaking good machine.
Mm-hmm. It does sound pretty. Those 20s tones, those are some pretty tones.
Yeah. And that's one of the things about the the Equinox is you can make everything sound good if you want.
Right.
You know, you can change all your tones in your targets.
Yeah, Ron, I went at Wendy's today. I didn't see you though.
He's seen you.
Dude, he saw you. You should have said hi, Lance. Come on, man.
Spicy chicken, dude.
Dude, you gotta get that 4 for 4.
I got the 4 for 4. Was that yesterday? I think that was yesterday. 2 days ago.
So yeah.
I don't want to deviate too much from Melotech, but I will say Nick and I went to Steak and Shake the other day. Dear God, I don't know if it was like this lady's first time working the register. No, it wasn't me and Nick. It was actually me and my other buddy Mitch, and it took us like 15 minutes to go through 4 cars in front of us, which should have been my first mistake. And we were just getting 3 burgers. I was getting one for myself, my girlfriend, and then Mitch was getting a burger. It took us probably 6 or 7 minutes to get our order in. And then by the time we got to the window, it was like another 10 minutes, like legitimate 10 minutes. And then it took us another 5-6 minutes to get our food. And there was only 2 burgers in there. And the
Perfect.
lady who was taking the
Awesome.
order wasn't taking the order anymore. Because, like, you could tell by the tone of her voice, she was a certain race, if you will. And just the way she pronounced words and mispronounced multiple words, she just was kind of all over the place. And then there was some manager lady there in a jacket and like street clothes taking orders. So I don't know what happened or how bad it got, but one of the worst fast food experiences I've had in the last probably 5 years.
Well, I'll just say don't
That's
go there
not
no
good.
more.
Nah, I still go there. Brian makes a good point. There's a you know Holland right down here where which is pretty much where we were. Since we did it on a Sunday morning, like right by a church, that's why all those people were driving by. There was pages on like I think it's called Holland Informed on Facebook. There's like, what are all those people doing out in the field? And then
Really?
people were like, yeah, people were like looking for a body, finding Jimmy Hoffa, looking for deer, stuff like that. There's one comment that said like a gang war or something like that, and I was like, yep, that's what was going on. It
Gang
wasn't
war,
gang,
Jimmy Hoffa, really?
That's the closest
whatever.
thing.
Yeah, whatever you want. I got you.
Dude, I mean, if we would have found Jimmy Hoffa out there, I wouldn't have been too mad, honestly. I'd have been like, here it is.
Yeah, here he is, chilling out in this field.
I missed the train, obviously.
You know. No, that's pretty funny though. I'll have to. You said it was like in the Holland Informed like page or something.
Yeah, I don't. It's gonna be a ways back now, and it takes like a day to get in there. You're gonna have to dig for it because there's a lot of posts in there. But otherwise, I'll see once you guys get in. I'll see if I can get in there and tag you guys in it.
All right, Gary, take it easy, dude. Get a hold of me if you want to go digging
See you,
here.
Gary.
Spring.
See you, Gary. Good to see you in here tonight, man.
Let's get out soon. Maybe spring, depending on the weather, but soon.
Well, I don't know about you guys, but I'm getting kind of beat, so I think we might have to revene for another live stream in a week or two, and let's do this again. This was fun.
I'm game. Like I said, we can do some work on finding out some more questions that we want to, talk to Pete about, have him back on, get a little more information, see if we can squeak a little secret or two out of him.
Yeah, for sure.
Mm-hmm. Jake, you want to stay on for
Yeah.
another 10 minutes or so, or you want to hit it as well?
It doesn't matter.
It's up to you.
I got nothing else to do, so I'm just hanging out.
I'm probably going to get off at 10 o'clock because I got to wake up at like 5:30 to go fishing in the morning. So,
Well, I'm gonna hit her. I work like 12 hours a day and went straight to live streaming, so
all right.
definitely a lot of
I didn't
fun,
work
you
today.
guys. I think I'm gonna head out, but we'll be back again to do it. This is really fun. So, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. See you, dude. Thanks for stopping in. You'll be on again. You know where to find us.
Oh yeah. All right. We'll see you guys.
Peace, dude.
See you, man.
chat.
All right. Then there were two.
The final two.
AT Pro versus Equinox 800.
Easy. The
Coin
chat will
flip.
beat you up. I don't even have to do nothing.
Yeah. I'll just get bullied some more about it. No biggie. It is what it is.
Yeah, it's all right.
Mhm.
Yep, definitely a good chat.
Yeah, this was
Good
a great
session.
live stream. I'm glad we did this tonight. It was nice to kind of I think we actually it felt nice because we had a shut up, Brian. These aren't old man mints. Those are the Wilhelmina peppermints. I don't have those right now. No, we actually had a direction, and with Pete there to answer a whole bunch of questions, just keep going on about a bunch of stuff, answering questions, talk metal detecting. I love it. I love it. We never did the
Yeah, I
giveaway on
don't.
the coin though.
No, Lance took it with him.
Mm-hmm.
My wife just called you a nerd.
Oh, you a nerd.
We're both nerds.
Maybe.
Brian, he was on for like over an hour.
Yeah. Yeah, Brian, you should have showed up sooner.
I actually don't remember what it is.
I'm
do-
pretty sure it's a check for $100. No, I think it's a peace dollar. I don't have it.
I don't either. Lance, send it in the private chat. Just send the year. Oh, no, we don't need the year, do we?
No. If
So-
you want to do it.
So
Or we can just wait. I can do something different.
it's up to you.
How many people are still in here? Can you see how many are in here?
It says 10.
Brian wants that peace dollar, he says. All right.
Should we give it away?
Yeah, let me confirm what the answer is and then just do the same question that we had.
It's in the private chat still.
Is that it though? I'm pretty sure that's the correct one.
It should be.
You can do it.
Are you looking?
Or just do it easier. No.
I'll look.
Yeah. You could do. I mean, I know what it is. Actually, I know. No, it's not that one either.
I'm looking right now. Yeah, that's right. That answer's right.
You went back to that video?
Yeah, I looked. It's what I have.
Okay.
It's what I have written in it. So
All right. So this is a
hold on,
video
Joe.
from.
Don't you want the giveaway? Hold on, Joe. Joe's leaving.
Yeah,
Come
hold on,
we're doing
Joe.
a giveaway. Come on. You can go to bed later.
It's for a peace dollar. You're gonna want to get on this, and all you have to do is know a little bit of trivia from one of our hunts when me and Lance went down and swung with Chandler and Nick this last spring. It was the first coin that came out of the ground. It was a shield nickel. All you have to do is know what year was it. And the first one to throw it up in the comments is the winner. We already know what it is. And go.
I'm not going to say whose video it's in, whether it's yours or mine or both. Or
I think it's in both.
I'm sure it is. There's no way it wasn't. Nope.
Waiting. Keep going. Just keep guessing.
Somebody's bound to get it eventually. I wonder if people are leaving to go look at it.
They might be.
Nope. Nope.
Dun, 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 dun.
See if anyone else can get a guess in.
Right. Did everybody must have just left to go look.
So
Ryan, we don't know what year the peace dollar is. But
have
in
to-
one of the previous videos from the Wanderers or from BC Variety from this spring, I found a shield nickel. And that shield nickel, you have to guess what that date was, the date of that coin. First one to guess it wins Lance's peace dollar.
I mean, it makes it kind of difficult because there's multiple video. Okay, so that's what year the
There's-
Peace Dollar is. But there's more videos on your channel than there is mine, and with you, I think there's 4 on my channel. Something like that, 3 or 4.
Yeah.
Apparently, it's going to between.
Still not seeing it.
It's going to be between
Yeah.
Mike or Brian. Apparently, I don't see anybody else but I guess in here.
Brian got it. Yep.
Brian wins the Peace Dollar.
He just started doing 67, 68, 69, 70, 71. I would have started with that.
That's what
That's
I would
what I
have
would've
done
done.
too.
Or been smart and actually watched the video and knew the answer right away.
It's in the first minute of
just
our
kidding.
video. It's literally within the
There's-
first minute because that's how I started.
Yeah, there's no way. There's no way you're going to remember the date of it. Not when we find the amount of coins that we do.
No. We did. I still can't believe. I think I said this last time. I still can't believe that we didn't find any more coins out of that field. Like we found the 2 Indian heads and then 1 fatty and that 1 shield nickel. That was it.
Yeah. Yep.
Brian is our
Piece of silverware.
Yeah. Nick did get a Civil War token out of there.
Oh, he did?
Mm-hmm. I forgot about that.
Brian
Brian-
says he only watches all the VC videos.
I will say there are a lot of coins, but I don't think there's as many as you guys find because you guys are ruthless with the coins up there. You guys find a lot of coins.
Yeah. Sometimes.
Proud member of VC, right there. Proud member.
I'm a proud. What is it?
Sponsor?
What's the word I'm looking for? No, that's not it.
Supporter?
It's like because we collaborate a lot. So there's got to be a word for that.
Acquaintance?
Well, yeah.
I don't know. Affiliate? Advocate?
Affiliate. Yep.
That is probably the word.
Brian wants to get out again. So, yeah, we'll definitely be down.
I know I'm excited to find I am excited to find more fields. That's really what I want.
Yeah.
I do have some from this one that we never hit. I don't know if Lance is still in here. Yeah, Brian, J Game Lancer going to Dig Stock Mini. I sent that
And Trevor.
Holland Inform. Oh yeah, and Trevor. I sent that Holland Inform post in the chat between you, me, and Lance.
Okay. We'll check it out. That's funny. I mean, but people were stopping and talking to us also. So,
There's that one dude who pulled up to you, and I was like, "Hey, you guys find a body out here yet?" And we're like, no. And he's like, "Okay, that's good. Have a good day," and then just left.
yeah, I live around the corner.
What? Yeah. It's one of those, what? Huh?
What?
Why are you a lover of BC variety, Jake?
I mean, yeah. I'd go with that one. That's not what I was looking for. It's a little bit more intimate than what I was thinking, but yeah.
Yeah, okay, lover works. I can work with that. All right, I think I'm gonna go to bed so I can wake up early to go fishing. It's like a hour and 40-minute drive, and apparently we need to be fishing by 7:15.
Where are you going?
Lake Isabella, I think. But it's by Midland. I'll be up by Jeremy.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm. All right, so
Yep.
everyone, appreciate you stopping in tonight. Hopefully you enjoyed it with Jake, Lance, and Pete. It was a ton of fun for us having Pete on. That's for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a good time. Thanks everybody for showing up, hanging out, chatting.
If you
Always
have
a good time.
If you have any questions, feel free to send me an email. I think my email is in my about, or you can reach out to Jake too. I don't know if he has his email out there, but I can get in contact with Jake if he doesn't. Yeah. If you got any other questions, feel free to email me, and hopefully we'll have another one soon.
Hold on. Last minute, last thing. So on our channel, the 250 subscriber giveaway, the winner never gave me his contact info, and in that last video I said, you got a week. Today is a week, so we're going to do a redraw real quick. I just got to copy a link.
You're good.
So hang on. I know I'm keeping you past your bedtime.
I'm not going to go to bed yet anyway. I got to finish getting the truck packed.
I thought you did that already.
I have it mostly packed, but not 100%.
All right, so I copied the link. You're not going to be able to see that. I'm going to a random comment picker if my phone will load. Normally I do this on my laptop, but
I'll turn my camera
all on my
off.
laptop right now.
Oops,
I just got to go down here and do it. So just like anybody that actually watched the video and got in on it, I'm filtering duplicate users and specific text 250. And then that's in there. I'm going to click that start button, and then we're going to watch it go. Maybe.
Nope.
Well, why won't you go? Oh, I forgot to click get comments.
There you go.
Okay.
There
Now
you
we can do
go.
it.
Thomas Kaiser.
Thomas Kaiser is the winner.
Perfect.
We'll have to see. That's the winner. I'll have to put that in next video.
Okay.
So
I can clip
we
this
are.
too. I should be able to clip this. I can take a screen recording of the end of this live video and send it to you.
Yeah, I mean, either that. I just wanted it to be out there and known so that it was a fair thing, you know?
Yeah, absolutely.
That's all.
All right.
That's it.
I am out of here. Have a good night, Jake. Appreciate you coming in as usual.
Sure.
It's always fun. It always is.
Yeah, we'll do it again. Yeah.
Another week or two. Mm-hmm. I don't know how many of you guys like fishing, but if fishing goes well tomorrow, you can expect a new fishing video coming out. A little teaser. Have fun, Brian. Have fun. See you later, guys.
See you guys.